Hoyas faced this year, some of the best in the country.
James Riley's number is a little low in the Big East. Those may pick up over the next few weeks. We are underway. Hoyas in the gray with the blue shorts as Georgetown wins the opening face-off. Denver put a little bit of pressure on, but now the Hoyas will look to bring it up and get it going. The Pios in the all-red today. And again, we talked about it before. These two teams have matched up. Talking to Kevin Warren, said he admitted, look, this was kind of the team that we had to set our sights on to get where we wanted to be, and they've caught up to them, maybe even exceeded them in the last few years.
Pretty good ride right there to start with. Not a 10-man, Jeremy, and goalie stayed in the cage right there, but a little pressure by the Denver attack right there. Donaldson does a good job of getting into the offensive end.
You see Patrick Krogan, freshman, had 3 goals last week. Freshman of the week in the Big East.
You know, I asked Coach if Krogan played any attack, you know, in high school, because it reminds me of an attackman a lot of times. He uses a little bit of fade step.
Bounce in front, loose ball, and Hoyas didn't pick it up. And it'll be Hoya ball, as it looked like Benedetto had picked it up, but had it knocked out of his cross, and the timer reset. So Hoyas call that a change of possession. I don't know if Bill Tierney liked that. He's already on the officials.
Yeah. Something we might say a couple times today.
Shot, that'll go off the side of the cage, off the pipe, and we'll stay with Georgetown, 60 on the timer.
Yeah, change of possession, Jeremy, results in having 80 back on the clock. So a lot of time for the Hoyas to work.
That's over top of the cage. Krogan's there on the backup. So Hoyas get some decent shots on goal and trying to keep possession. That's one thing Kevin Warren said against Denver. Look, you're going to get somewhat shortened possessions or lesser possessions in this game. You got to make them count.
They can score offensively. I think they've only been held under 10 one time this year. Maybe they can score.
Here's Bundy back behind the cage, and Haley's picked his game up as of late. Went pointless in the first 3 games, still leading the Hoyas in assists. 27 on the timer. Hoyas got to get moving. DORDEVIC gets free, passes, shot, and saved. And still stays with the Hoyas, 16 seconds. They do not reset the timer.
I thought the goalie made a save. Okay.
There's McDermott. Of course, had the game winner 2 years ago in the regular season in front. Can't connect to Krogan, and Cleveland gobbles it up.
You know, they were playing a man-to-man there, but they had a little zone effect there, too, on their defense.
Tierney telling us, you know, this is really, he's got a experienced group. He really has 4 starters for 4 years, and guess what? The hot streak continues. That's put away, and actually not going to be Avery. I believe that's going to be Wilson with the goal, and the Pios on the board, 1-0.
Lambert just shot out of there, Jeremy, and just opened up the field in transition right there. We get a chance to see it again here in a moment, but man, good wheels on him. Right here, a little explosion.
3rd goal of the season for Wilson. He makes it 1-0, and that's got to be a little deflating for the Hoyas to have that many chances, get nothing first out of the gate for the Pioneers, and they score, and Stathakis with the win, picked up by DORDEVIC. He shoots, and Cleveland makes a heck of a save. Wow.
I think DORDEVIC had more time, Jeremy, and I think he didn't realize how much time he had there. Probably could have walked in and dunked it.
Almost a complete turnaround. Stathakis, you don't get to see that very often, kind of made an inexplicable play after the face-off win. DORDEVIC was right there, but as you said, Earl, maybe shot it too quickly, and the Hoyas again kept off the board.
Yeah, that's the kind of, rather him take a couple more steps, Jeremy, because if he misses, there's nobody backing up either. It would have been turnover to Denver ball, but a great save by Kleeman right there.
Kleeman, of course, coming on for the Pioneers as the flag goes down, so now they'll have a chance at a man up if they need it.
Did not see the call there, Jeremy.
There's Lampert, uses the screen, has the Hoyas off kilter a bit. Chance here, that's bounced by the side, and that will bring us to our stoppage, and looks like Bowen will come off, so Will Bowen, standout defenseman for the Hoyas, will go to the penalty box.
flash call on Bowen.
Pioneers bring it back in.
Sorry, Jeremy. Matt Brown, their offensive coordinator here, he's comes up with some interesting stuff on extra man. Let's see what he's got. They got starting in a 1-4-1. Watch the crease on this, Jeremy. There's a lot of action down there. Now they're shifting out of it.
1 minute penalty. Chance, that's a goal. Didn't get easier than that as Richie Connell puts it away. Denver up 2-0.
That's an interesting play, Jeremy. They started 1-4-1. The two guys that were on the inside on the crease, both one guy went behind, one guy goes out on the wing. The wing guy was wide open. Take a look again. See, there's nobody. The defense is totally shifted. It's too easy.
I tell you what, we saw last week, Lehigh made some hay against the Hoyas with that man at GLE. It seemed like Georgetown just forgot about. They've had maybe trouble kind of reacting and recognizing to some of the schemes other teams are throwing at them.
See a double pull right now on the face-off. Coach used this last week against Lehigh.
And loose ball. Bowen, good ground ball there. McGurran give him the assist, kept it moving along. Seemingly a huge possession here for the Hoyas. They want to go down 3 against Denver. Who got down 3-1 last week against Lehigh, scored the first, and the Mountain Hawks ran off 3 straight.
Yeah, again, last week it was Sisselberger, their big face-off guy for Lehigh, and again, it's going to be a battle at the face-off dot all day.
Here's DORDEVIC. Get loose, shoots wide of the cage, stays with the Hoyas as Haley will bring it back in. It's one thing with this Denver team, they're not going to give up a lot of easy stuff. They're just so experienced back there, a group of 4-year starters.
And they're big physically too, Jeremy, on defense too. And as you said, great experience on the back line for the Pioneers.
DORDEVIC, use a screen, and legal, and it goes the other way. Now they'll bring back, won't let Denver get the running start, but they still get the stop. Hoyas coming off that close win last week against Lehigh. Denver had 2 weeks off. As Bill Tierney told us, they just couldn't get a game. Had a team kind of lined up, dropped them, and ended up having a really good off week. He said that a lot of non-lacrosse things that we may get into later in the broadcast, but just said that it was maybe the most enjoyable coaching week of his life. One, because he wasn't grinding about a game, but some of the really good things they did, got to go to a local school and do a clinic, read to the kids, got to do some fun bonding activities. He called it an adult Dave and Buster, Chuck E. Cheese,
yeah.
Excuse me, where it was more the type of fun stuff. So really had a good week. He thought they really did some good things, as that'll be knocked away and stays with Denver. But said that, we'll see how we play, but for what we did, I think we did a pretty good job of kind of getting through that bye week.
That off-field team bonding chemistry thing is just big, Jeremy, especially this time of year. It's a grind right now.
Long here. Manning goes to work. Cheer for Carlson. Triple team comes at him. They pull it loose. They do. Good play by the Hoya defense. Halpert and Bowen ganging up to take it away.
And sometimes on a double like that, Jeremy, you'll see the guy release and just say, we didn't get it. But Bowen stayed with that double, coming up with a big turnover.
At one point, I think it was a triple team.
Yeah, it was.
Eventually, one of the defenders peeled off, but Halpert and Bowen stayed with it. Got a big turnover to keep Denver shotless there. Bundy back behind the cage. DORDEVIC.
It's a short stick matchup.
Trying to lose Wilson, who had the first goal of the game. Good defense, two-way play there.
Denver's famous for years. Coach Tierney's time at Princeton of the quick slide, Jeremy. I don't want to say they invented it, but they perfected it.
20 on the timer. Behind, this is MINICUS. Shoots, and it's kind of a weak shot, and that'll be Denver ball. Cleveland gets it with a dive.
Denver just doing a tremendous job one-on-one defense right now, Jeremy. They're staying with their man. They're recovering after they slide. No one's open.
And now thrown away, and MINICUS will pick it back up. So that's the only flaw, kind of the fly in the ointment so far for Denver. Earl's a couple of kind of untimely turnovers and unforced turnovers, really.
And these are the ones that can come back and bite you, Jeremy. You hate this. You got the ball, you're going to clear it, just bad pass, throw away.
And you kind of think to yourself, if you're Bill Tierney, you're thinking, man, we could be up 4-0 right now.
Sure.
And again, if the Hoyas figure out what we're doing, we'd love to have that 4-goal lead to start things off.
Exactly.
DORDEVIC shoots off the pipe. Chase for the ball. Who will get there first? Over the line, and Bowen will scoop it ahead. Can he save it? He can't. That's going to be Denver ball. Expect good Denver presence here. Same for the Hoyas.
Yeah, it started out as a horrible day here in the DMV, but it's nice. Supposed to be bad later though today.
It's supposed to be some very high winds later on today. We're expecting some thunderstorms. Really never came through early in the morning time.
We're just happy we're in this brand new beautiful facility, Jeremy. If we were in the old press box, we would have been rattled around a little.
LAMPERT spinning free, trying to get loose from Halpert. Double comes, and he throws it away. So the Hoya defense stepping up.
It's 2 in a row. That's not going to make Coach happy.
Yeah, I think, again, if you're a Denver fan, you have to be saying to yourself right now, boy, we could have had these guys on the run. Let the Hoyas kind of hang around. Now can they get maybe some transition here? No, Denver backs up. They're not going to let the Hoyas get out and run if they can help it.
You have, turnovers are one thing, Jeremy, but you got to take advantage of them also. So they have to turn these turnovers into goals. I think the short sticks are going to be really important today for the Hoyas.
Ray makes a run, now back behind the cage. Kelly moves it along. Solomon. It's loose for a second, and he shoots it over top of the cage. Stays with the Hoyas. 44 left in the time.
It's a good idea by Nicky right there, Jeremy. Went for that top right-hand corner. He just missed it.
There's DORDEVIC. Benedetto on him. He's the top guy for Denver on the defensive end. DORDEVIC shoots, gets it back. Second shot, and it's knocked away by Cleveland. Took it off the chest, keeps it out of net.
Goalie's on. We're going to have to give DORDEVIC the assist and the goal on that if he scored. But, man, the goalie playing great so far.
Cleveland out of New York. Came on really after a bit of a tough performance from Jack Thompson in the Air Force game. Bill Tierney and his staff decided that, look, we're going to go ahead and let both these guys play, show what they can do. Cleveland played pretty well against Duke, kind of kept it as a split time thing for a while, and eventually against North Carolina, Cleveland was playing well, and to his credit, Thompson went to Coach Tierney and said, look, leave him in, he's seen it well. They get the upset, maybe kind of a season-turning win for Denver, one of their first big ones.
Denver with a lot of off-ball movement here, Jeremy. They're not standing still and just watching the ball carrier.
Telling us Denver's cut so much and eventually just have you lulled to sleep as you're way off your marks, and that's picked off by Scharfenberger. Tried to throw it over top of cage. The goalie was ready.
Great play by Michael right here. So it's 3 straight possessions, Jeremy, where they've been short possessions. Hoya's taking the ball, but got to do something with it now.
Gets rid of it. Dylan Hess in there. Going back through my notes, Hess, of course, one of those Big East championships. He scored in a 4-1 run in the fourth quarter to win it for the Hoyas. Scored the game winner, scored 2 of the 4 goals, and now, of course, he's a D-midi for the Hoyas.
And they, they'll leave him in sometimes. He's a good offensive defensive midi. How's that sound?
Yeah, I tell you, that's
you got your acronym for that one.
Not for that one yet.
No.
That last week was a spur of the moment.
I liked it though.
James Reilly, and of course had his 2 goals last week against Lehigh, 2 important ones as they won by 2. Krogan tries to throw it across. DORDEVIC gets himself some space, but eventually Denver gets back. What a performance by this Denver defense. Bundy finds the top of the cage. Hoya's on the board.
That's Bundy's shot right there, Jeremy. He have a pole. He did have a pole on him right there. They need that. Graham has not been scoring that often lately. He is so capable. Just a great all-around player. He really is a midi. Here he goes low to high. Kind of fools the goalie. That was the same shot Solomon had a few moments ago, but that one connects.
Yeah, Bundy on the season has 13 goals, but hasn't had that big breakout performance. Had the hat tricks against Johns Hopkins and Notre Dame, but as of late has been a bit quiet. I know Kevin Warren would love a breakout performance today. As Halpert will pick this one up, Hoyas look for the equalizer.
Double pole again on the face-off. See if coach is going to stick with that for a while, because even if Stathik comes up with it, they're able to double him right away.
Stathik has out of Culver Academy, of course, the powerhouse. They were just wrapping up their East Coast trip they do every spring break.
Got a chance to see their coach right after the game, and former VMI coach too. He's doing a great job. Said he absolutely loves it out there.
Vic. Screen. And up to the head. Benedetto will be headed to the box after this Georgetown possession.
You want a defenseman to sit down, Jeremy, and be more on those hips. He came up high on that.
Broken off the side of the cage. Doesn't go out. Cleveland will pick it up, and that will bring us to the assessment of the penalty. And again, it'll be Benedetto going off, and he's kind of a keystone back there. So see if the Hoyas can cash in.
We're going to get a cross-check call on that also. I don't think they're going to lock him in, but there it is. And I'm wrong on that one. Yeah, it's a cross-check to the head. It's 1 minute, Jeremy. They're going to lock him in. So this is a great chance for the Hoyas to score here and possibly get come back with the ball again and still be man up.
Officials have a little miscommunication there. They bring it in. Just a huge possession here. If Kevin Warren can get out of this first period tied at 2, he'd be happier than the proverbial pig in slop. After Denver looked like they could really pull away early on. Here's Bundy again, and this time it's off of Cleveland. It will end up out of play, so Hoyas will keep it. 60 on the timer, 1:29 game clock. DORDEVIC.
Great move.
Fake, and he scores, and the Hoyas have tied it up. DORDEVIC used it last week, used it again there, Earl, and the Hoyas are not at it too.
I am seeing lately, watching a lot of college lacrosse like we do, I have seen the face dodge coming back, and I'm so glad that it is. It's the old thing when we taught kids, it's like a bullfighter. Show him the cape and then pull it away. And that's exactly what he does here. Look at this. Great. That's more of a toe drag move, but still, great move. He comes up as a goalie. What are you going to do? You got DORDEVIC 1-on-1.
Earl, you as an old coach know these defenses are getting so good. You got to figure out ways to get them out of position, and fakes. It's like a good pump fake in basketball.
Sure. And they're the advantage of Reilly with a man down face off. He's got a wing out there that's uncovered, Jeremy. So all really Reilly wanted to do that time is try to pull the ball out to the wing for an easy face.
So 10 seconds left on the penalty. So the Hoyas trying to attack before it's up. Down to 5. Middle shot and a goal. Hoyas get it right as it expires as Solomon puts it away. Georgetown up 3-2.
Great little look inside there as somebody lost a man for just a moment. Sitting on the doorstep. Do the feed from Kelly. Jacob Kelly there. So here we go. We'll take another look. Right, that's just great ball movement, Jeremy.
So the Hoyas scored 3 goals in less than 2 minutes. Bundy at 252, DORDEVIC at 120. Solomon, now Denver looking for an equalizer, throws it wide of the cage. Scharfenberger, he's barking at the official. Something he didn't like from the Pioneers.
Well, I'm not sure if that was a shot. Well, I think that's what Michael was complaining about, that was a cross crease feed there instead of a pass, instead of a shot, excuse me.
3 quick goals for the Hoyas, and that's what we were talking about with Denver. You had to be worried about. They had a bunch of chances to really kind of open this one up, really put the Hoyas in chase mode, and some unforced errors. Let the Hoyas hang around, and Georgetown firing back. Of course, Denver got plenty of firepower to get right back into this one as well.
10 seconds.
Shot. It's going to be Georgetown ball. As they say, Godine wins the race.
Great hustle by Will right there.
He'll fling it down the other way over top of everything, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Denver starts off quick. Georgetown punches back. Hoyas up 3-2 on the Pioneers as we pause at our nation's capital. Riley looks like he's going to stay on. We saw that a little bit last week where Georgetown left Riley on, and Stathicus, the guy, he's taken, I believe, every face-off for the Pioneers this year, where Georgetown has worked in Milburn, has worked in a couple other guys, so they're a little more comfortable, along with Riley's skills, of making the other team's face-off man stay out there.
Riley's open too, Jeremy.
And he tries for the dunk shot, can't get it, and they're going to say he's in the crease, and that's going to be Denver ball.
They left him for a moment there, Jeremy. He was wide open. Great, that was great effort on his part. He goes cross-handed, tries to dunk it, actually fell in the crease though.
So interesting, Stathicus has stayed on. So they're going to get him off, but Riley quickly came off after he was called for the violation.
Georgetown rides so well that you don't want to be in transition sometimes, Jeremy, pulling a guy off, trying to get a guy in. It quickly goes to a 6-on-5 ride, and that just makes it even more difficult.
Pass up to the top. Connell does his own fake, runs over a man, and Hoyas get back for a second. Passing in front, dunk, and it's knocked aside by Scharfenberger, though it's tracked down by Manning.
Right there, stick on stick, great save by Michael.
Scharfenberger's numbers, not as impressive as you might think, but he's done all the key things. He's made the big saves. He's helped in their transition game, getting it out on the clear. Lampert working on Leary.
A tough matchup. This guy is super quick.
Leary puts him down. Lampert gets back up, and timeout's called by Denver. We will pause as well, as we'll have 30 on the timer. Looking for the equalizer here in DC. Georgetown up on Denver, 3-2. We kick off.
6'5", 220, I believe, and he's out of the Hill Academy, so you know he's a big, tough guy. Keep an eye on him.
Yes, on it now. Some clock, 3:20 on the timer, so this is definitely a plan. You can see right now as Lampert take a look at that clock. Get loose, shoots it, and saved by Scharfenberger. And chance for transition for the Hoyas as Leary bringing it down.
Great outlet pass has got an attack him. SILLSTROP stuck on defense. offensive team right here. You've got the best options, Jeremy. You can keep your guys on. Well, here's comes wholesale changes, huh? Who wins the race? Krogan does.
In front, doesn't throw it to him.
Tough. Those are the ones, Jeremy, that are really tempting.
Freehill looked like he was kind of eyeing it up.
He was.
Jumped in. Chance here. Bundy shoots and bounces it home. Bundy's got two. Hoyas have a 2-goal lead.
Likes it. Likes it. Grant Bundy got a head of steam right there. Split dodges, goes to his left hand. Bundy, just can't say enough about him, too. Coach Brewer speaks so highly of the young man that he is here, too, Jeremy. Just a great shot. You know, I always tell you about don't give up the paint, don't give up the dangerous area in front of the goal. Bundy gets a head start, big left-handed overhand bouncer for the goal.
Georgetown goal by number 9,
contributing right now as it's side loose ball and Scharfenberger goes into that mess and pulls it out.
Bundy with a great trail check there. I always have a tough time saying that. Trail check.
And Hess has it taken right away. Denver tit for tat. Now they'll slow it down.
Still got one man here.
Gets off. Godin gets back into the mix. That was Manning. He's the stick work to get it back for Denver.
It's a great ride by those guys. Something you would expect from a Bill Tierney coach team. The 3 attackmen jump the ball carrier there. I said really nowhere to go.
Carlson. Shorty. Screens, space. Closes quickly. Halpert gets in.
Good recovery by the defense. Little 2-man games. Coach really loves to run. Have fun. Pick, repick.
Carlson. Double. Pass out. Let's drop back. 25 on the timer. Loose ball. Is going. Pulls it loose. And the Hoyas come the other way. This is Godin. DORDEVIC gonna push it. Gets rid of it. Hess. Almost lost. What stick work by MINICUS.
That was beautiful. Give Will Godin credit right there. Punt return. Clear right there by Godin. Something he is so great at.
I've rarely seen that by MINICUS. Just move that stick, not lose it.
Just kind of catch him making the backyard and everybody just screams and yells. The man.
DORDEVIC fakes it, shoots it wide, keeps it with the Hoyas. It's Kelly on the backup.
But you notice right there that defenseman respected his move right there, Jeremy. He didn't go for that fake that time. He just kind of hung with him, watched his stomach, didn't watch the head of his stick.
Dermott and slide. Literal slide. Turf.
Apply again.
Check on DORDEVIC. DORDEVIC gets loose. That'll go off the pipe. It'll stay with the Hoyas and resets the timer to 60.
Came at DORDEVIC quickly that time. Long stick left to crease to cover him up.
There's MINICUS. And gets run over on the screen. Get it back. Just such a quick first step. Shot and a quick stick goal. Defined by Krogan. The goal by Kelly. Hoyas on a roll. They're up 5-2.
Great little look by Craig. And you do realize as old teachers and coaches, not supposed to have favorites, but Craig has become one of my favorites. He just plays above his freshman year. It's just really smart. He knows that guy's going to be there. Doesn't look at him until the very end. Gave the defense no sense that he was going to have that man on the base.
I'll tell you, Kelly is almost becoming less welcome to this Georgetown team. The small guy that doesn't mind going over the middle.
Yeah.
Scored some of his best goals this year by going into the paint. Here comes Reilly. Will he shoot it? He will. He scores! Another go goal. As the Hoyas are on fire. They're up 6-2. Looks like Denver going to take a timeout to slow down Georgetown as they are on a roll. Kevin Warren has
chin pop, protects the stick. You're a young kid watching this. He keeps the stick right out front where the defense can't get a trail check on him. Great overhand bounce shot for him.
Play. Hoyas.
He's got a bunch of tricks in his bag, Jeremy.
Just saw Bill Tierney giving one of the officials a good talking to for about a minute. Kind of was pantomiming shoulder movements. I don't know if it was a screen or something else. As Riley passes it along, he goes right to the paint.
The offensively here, I'm a fan now, Jeremy. I mean, there's a temptation there to go to that goal right there, but I'm a fan now of getting your guys in, having a really good possession, and if you score again, you know, you took time off the clock, you frustrate them even more. You know, after going on such a nice goal run here for the Hoyas, what, six straight? Is that what we are? You're the math guy. Come on, help me out here.
Yeah, it is, because Denver took the first two.
Okay.
Hoyas 6 in a row. Here's Jordan Ray, the freshman on, one of the Froshes Georgetown has worked into their lineup through the year. You kind of saw that after the Hopkins game. Kevin Warren kind of went with the experience. Then after that game, went with some of the youth. It's paid dividends. Krogan with some big minutes, obviously, but Jordan Ray, also Charlie McGurran, a couple guys who played some key roles for the Hoyas. Kelly out in front, shot, and that ends up in the net as Nicky Solomon goes 5-hole. Hoyas 7 in a row. They lead Denver by 5.
Wow, great little look there. Call that shot a worm burner, Jeremy. It just goes low.
We've been inconsistent this year. Like, you could tell over the phone almost kind of physically sick when he talks about the Notre Dame game. Not that they lost to the Irish, but the way they lost. But some of the other games, as Stathakis goes down, Riley keep it moving. And will they set up? Everyone in the paint area.
Yeah, they keep Stathakis is going to lose the battle here at midfield. Or he's going to have a number. They're going to settle. No real advantage. Denver's back 6-on-6.
Here's Bundy. He's got 2 today. Here's McDermott. He shoots.
His shot. That's his shot.
And they'll blow it dead.
What, we got a moving pick?
I believe so.
Okay.
Again, that might be off of, we couldn't tell exactly what Bill Tierney was talking about, but that might have been what he was kind of getting on the officials about.
You know, you know basketball, Jeremy. You know you can't lean out when you're setting those picks. You can't move your feet wider than shoulder length, and you can't lean at all. You can totally destroy the guy that sets the pick. That used to be a call in the olden days, but they don't call that one anymore, unless it's up to the head.
Pioneers could use a goal here. Trying to blunt this Hoya momentum. Work their way in. Outside, here's Lampert. Shoots, bounces it by the cage. It'll stay. Looked like Kelly might have had a chance there, didn't shoot. Now here's Connell. Connell, a guy they expected more goal scoring out of, kind of has changed his game a bit. He's their leading assist man with 14 on the season coming into today.
Yeah, the coach talked about how they thought he'd be more of a scorer, but he's turned into an assist guy.
On front, and flag goes down on Hess as he was there but went to the head. So Denver will have a good chance to get back into the game after this. Scharfenberger makes the save on the long shot by Kelly. We'll see how the penalty is assessed.
Let's see what kind of replay we get right there. I thought he was up in his shoulder, but officials got a better look, and they know the game better than I do, so let's see. Hey, see the head go back? Sure.
Again, that's one of the things about Hess coming in is that, again, he's been an offensive guy, so he's still kind of learning some of the nuances of this defensive end of things. And the athleticism obviously there.
Yeah. They're going to lock him in for a minute. So this is a big advantage here for the Pios here, Jeremy. They'd like to be able to score and play make it, take it here. Again, let's watch for that same play, Jeremy. It's a 1-4-1. Keep an eye on the guys on the crease again. Play works so well. There he goes. 7 releases. 23 goes out to the wing.
chance here. That's wide of the cage, and they'll say it stays with Denver.
That was a close.
Denver's man-up offense, not overly great this year, only 44th in the nation.
Got to keep an eye on 23 and Connell right there along the pipe.
That's popped up in the air, and Bowen comes up with it, and he gets hit, and it ends up back with the Hoyas, picked up. They'll send it along, and this will likely be thrown away. No, Leary able to chase it down.
Wow, that was Aslanian, wasn't it?
Yep.
Just great play. We thought he threw it away for a moment, but he didn't.
And now a flag is down, so
I think we
Denver.
got offsides maybe on Denver.
I think you're right. So now the Hoyas with a chance here.
7 on defense.
So what's the approach here, Earl? Just run the clock?
I'm glad you asked that. What I say here is you be super patient. You be super patient with this, Jeremy. You might even run the shot clock here all the way down because you're going to get it back. You're going to have a 30-second penalty. Take your time. If you get an open look, yeah, take it, but don't force anything.
It's one thing that Kevin Warren talked about to us, that trying to get his guys, they're working on situations, and that'll be saved by Cleveland. So take it down to 16 on the shot clock. And Kelly kind of gives DORDEVIC the fist pump, but also shakes the head like, yeah, I thought I had a better shot than that.
Yeah.
So Denver will go a man down.
You know, the Denver man that went off sides, then Jeremy started coming back. And maybe that's what the refs are talking about right now. Do we have 2 offsides?
Bill Tierney trying to get an explanation. Whole Denver bench and the crowd, they're not happy about this. So are they going to wave off the penalty? We apologize, folks, don't have anyone at field level, so
Only way they can wave this off is if also the Hoyas were offsides. We're 6 on 6, Jeremy.
yeah, I think the crowd were yelling made the save, which I don't. So it looks like there's no penalty assessed. Hoya's ball.
I don't. That's one beyond me. They had 7 guys back defensively.
And I think maybe Krogan. Illegal screen there. And now they'll stop them. Denver was trying to get that quick start. Not allowed.
Maybe they called that one to appease Coach Tierney. Not sure.
So now Denver going to settle in. You see Connell say, hey, let's just make sure we get a good possession here. Upperclassmen trying to keep his teammates' heads about them. 4 minutes to go in our opening half. Georgetown has scored 7 straight after going down 2-0. They lead by 5.
You know, the turnovers have hurt them. The unforced errors have hurt them so far. But Georgetown has really picked up the defense also.
Here's Lampert, point blank and scores, beats his man, and gets Denver back on the board after that lengthy drought.
That's just speed kills right there. Jeremy tucks his stick, gets inside the Hoyas defender here. Let me take a look at it. It's just good wheels. Shows him. I'm not sure Tomjanovich thought he was going to go inside. I think he thought he was just going to keep going down the alley. Lampert has great wheels, able to get inside, have the one-on-one with the goalie, stay out of the crease until the ball was in the back of the net. Here's Reilly again.
He pops it up. He'll shoot, and it stays with Georgetown just barely as MINICUS got back there. Cleveland pleading his case. Yeah, that drought there, Denver. Connell scored their second goal with 11:05 to go in the first. We don't put one on the board until Lampert at 3:42 in the second.
Man.
So Hoya defense really shut them down. There's Kelly to the top, shoots, that's wide of the cage, but stays with Georgetown. MINICUS on the backup. Talked about MINICUS before. He has been kind of a revelation. Star at Colgate and has it taken away. Talk well about him, and bad things happen. But
you and I always put whammy on players. We apologize.
Of course, he's big up there, and folks weren't exactly sure if his skill set would translate, but boy, has it.
I think everyone was surprised at how fast Brian is, too. Just he's got a quick first step, but just has blazing speed.
Those career high 6 goals against High Point. So he can put them away. Right now, Denver trying to put a few away to get this thing closer before the half. Loose ball, and will it be picked up? That's a great ground ball to get it back by Kelly.
Hoyas just swarming the ball right now, Jeremy. Quick for the double teams, but great recovery by the Hoyas.
Out of position for a second. It looks like they get back. Down to 20 on the timer. Lampert working against Halpert. Gets himself open for a second. Halpert back in front. Shot, and that's saved. Might have gone off the pipe. And that's going to be Georgetown ball.
I think Schaffenberger got a piece of that, Jeremy. I'm not sure, but he was in great position to make that save if it did, if the pipe did help him out.
Good job by Godin to get over there in time. And just a tiptoe job down the sideline by Carroll to stay in.
Hey, you want to be careful about that when you're going clearing the ball, but Hayden kept it in, kept possession for the Hoyas.
Just barely. Denver almost forced him out. Would have been a big turnover there, but now the Hoyas can run clock, maybe get a goal here right at the end of the period.
Yeah, some fresh legs with Aiden Carroll and Jordan Ray in right now.
Right now, John Hogan telling his guys, hold up. I'm going to really run this thing down.
ISO the midi back behind against the shorty.
And now a timeout.
Okay.
So Hoyas up 7-3. And we will pause here in our nation's capital. Hoyas looking for one before the end of the half.
Bundy is so dangerous with that step down shot. Let's just see here. A lot of choices for the Hoyas.
24 on the timer.
1-4-1 set.
In front and can't connect on the pass. So Hoyas throw it away.
It was a good idea. Guy was open, not a great pass.
So now Denver has a chance to score right before the half.
They're out of timeouts, I believe, right, Jeremy?
Yes.
So they've got to stay on.
Took the one momentum timeout to slow Georgetown down. Also took the one earlier. And chance here in transition. Try for the dump in front. They get it. Slick little play as SILLSTROP gets it back over, finds TORTOLANI, and Denver has scored a pair right before the end of the half.
I was mistaken. That was a little give and go action, I think. Let's see again. Was it the same guy that dumped it that got it back?
I think it was.
Yeah. It's a pretty good play.
TORTOLANI finds SILLSTROP behind the goal. SILLSTROP has been quiet today. He was really kind of been their guy. Now, loose ball. And who'll come away with it? Hoyas had it for a second, taken back. And that's going to be Denver ball with 9 seconds to go. Pass in front. Staskis hits a body in front. And that'll go out of bounds with 2 seconds left. Scharfenberger's got to hustle back to cage. And they'll hold him up. As CONNELL hoping for the shot. Long pole wide of the cage. And that'll take us to the half. So the Hoyas on a 7-goal run. Denver answers back with 2 to end the second period. We got a good one here in D.C., folks. Hoyas up on the Pioneers 7-4. We'll pause for the half here in our nation's capital. As the Hoyas with the 3-goal lead, as we are ready for second half action. Riley and Stathicus again at the dot. And Riley picks it up.
The thing is, when you double pull though, Jeremy, your outlet passes right here are your long stick middies. So they want to get rid of it. They want to, get the ball to an attackman, another short stick, and get off the field.
Alpert keeping his head there and gets it back for Georgetown's first possession here of the second half.
I think the first goal of this quarter is going to be important for both teams, Jeremy.
Here comes Krogan, trying to go down the alley, eventually cut off.
He's drawing a long stick, too. They really respect him. Bundy's got a step.
He'll shoot, and he scores! Bundy out of the box, into the net. Hoyas back up by 4.
The substitution battle is such a big thing. Your box coach right there, great job of getting Bundy freed up, coming out of the box. He's been starting on attack, comes out of the box on that, beats the man. You don't want to give him time and room like that. He's just got a great hard shot.
And Bundy, of course, captain of the U.S. national team this past summer. Over in Ireland is Tomanovic, nice ground ball there in traffic. And Halpert trying to find a friendly, a lot of long poles playing catch right now.
Yeah. That's the one little issue you have is you see Tomanovic heading for the box, trying to get a shorty on.
And they'll get it to Godine in plenty of time.
Smart play by Halper right there. After he makes that catch, Jeremy, where does he look? He looks right at the box where his sub is coming in. His short stick's coming in. Krogan's coming in. McDermott's coming in. Smart play.
So now the Hoyas. There's Bundy. Back off to McDermott. Trying to get free. Not there. Krogan thought about it. DORDEVIC only has one so far today. Boys haven't needed much from him as they've gotten a good game from Bundy so far. Down to 20 on the timer. McDermott shoots wide of the cage, stays with the Hoyas. 16 left to go on the timer. Bundy. Inside, MINICUS off the side of the cage, and easy pickup by Kleben. Transition out, Sparrow get it across. Taking a look, and he'll give it back to a shorty. Now he'll keep it. Now he'll give it off to a shorty. There's CONNELL. Last goal of the first half for Denver. TORTOLANI had the last goal of the first half for Denver.
Yeah, they just kind of look similar.
You were pointing out how good the numbers are. Those bigger numbers kind of meld together a little bit out
yeah,
there.
They do.
But always slick looking threads for Denver. Both these teams have good uniform games. Almost a step there, but Avery didn't squeeze it off. Avery, of course, coming off the 7-goal game last time out against Ohio State. Kind of a surprise even to head coach Bill Tierney.
Probably a surprise to him, too, to Avery, but that's a game we'll always remember.
So he just took advantage of what was given to him by the Buckeyes. Kevin Warren firing it up. Don't know if he's at his own guys or at the officials. Down to 8 on the timer. Denver's got to get a shot off. Gets loose, shoots, and a save by Scharfenberger. Almost picked up by Leary, and then wide of the cage, and that's going to be Hoya ball.
Great defensive stand there by the Hoyas. I know that makes Coach happy.
Again, Scharfenberger gave up the rebound. Denver had to take the quick shot, but no one was backing up, and ends up Hoya ball off of it. Here as Carroll has it knocked down. Good play as Manning got in. Now Carroll's going to get it back, but it's going to be a violation. Didn't get it over in time.
It's an interesting ride that they're using, Jeremy. It's a drop back 3-3, and the Hoyas are sending their attackmen below GLE, so you're leaving a lot of space, but you're basically making a one-on-one matchup on these clears because the attack is not involved right now. Let's see if the Hoyas change up on that.
So it was unable to clear it in time, so violation there. Denver gets it back. 1 second left. I thought Hoyas might have taken a timeout. They did not.
Interesting to see if the heat plays a part today, Jeremy. I don't know either one of these teams have played a hot weather game yet.
They have not, and picked up by Scharfenberger as the Hoyas collapsed in the paint. Able to take that one away. Again, Hoyas doing a great job today of their slides. Seemingly been a lot crisper, Earl, than they have earlier in the season.
Definitely.
It's one thing that Kevin Warren kept telling us. He said, look, we're telling the guys, look, defensively, we have a standard here. We're not really living up to it. Today, I think they have.
It's a high standard, too. That's what Coach Warren expects from the Hoyas, whether you're a short stick midi or your long stick or your attack. He wants guys to ride. He wants turnovers.
He really stressed that, getting those attacks, making guys on your clears make those decisions. He said, look, it's tough to make a decision when you have a guy coming from the front and the back. McDermott has a step, shoots off a body in front. That goes out of play. Dordevic's there, so Hoyas will retain possession. 25 on the timer.
McDermott just salivates a little, Jeremy, when he sees a short stick matchup like he saw there.
Dordevic up top, picked off. Good play there as Giles got a stick in.
Yeah, tried to feed the crease, but McDermott he wasn't cutting on that, so it was kind of a forced error there.
Boy, he's still making it tough as Haley almost got a stick on that. Denver could use a goal here. Still plenty of time left, but saw the Hoyas get hot in the first half. Bill Tierney does not want to see that happen again.
Avery drawing the attention of Halpert. He's got the long stick match.
Avery working. Gets around Halpert. Dish it off. Back out. Lampert directing some traffic. He works on Tomjanovich. Beat him earlier for a goal. Gets the inside again. Back to the top and picked off by the Hoyas. Halpert gets a stick in.
Great pass. It's got a trailer.
Comes Godin. Shot and a save as Kleben gets it. Maybe too quick. Bundy goes for the big hit. Can't knock Mercurio off his pin. Mercurio, numbers for Denver. And loose ball. Bowen gets it loose and picks it up.
Wow. Big contact there, Jeremy. No call by the officials. Puts his hands out like, hey, totally legal.
Like that had a chance to really turn things around. Hoyas took a quick shot there. Denver unable to take advantage in transition.
I'm not sure that's a shot that the Hoyas wanted there, but works out. Ball back. Get your offensive guys back in.
I think both of these teams were concerned about the other's transition game.
Exactly.
Seen a lot of it so far today. Did get the one goal off the face-off from Reilly. Get the one goal out of the box from Bundy. But it's kind of been bunker down, hunker down, and figure out a way to score in the other team so far in this one. Loose ball, McDermott able to get it back. McDermott trying to get loose, almost lost it.
Yeah, you got to move it there, Jeremy. You got the double coming. You need to reverse the ball, try to go to the other side of the field with it.
Solomon and try to get it to Krogan for a quick shot. That's a little bit too much. Boy, he's trying to get a little fancy there. I've heard a catch and shoot. That almost looked like it was a paddle play.
Yeah. He's got a stick check there at the end, but oh.
And an unforced error as right in the stick, and Bill Tierney is not happy. As Cade Eldred, I believe, the one trying to pull that one in, just didn't look it into his cross.
Dangerous clearing on the box side too, Jeremy. You got a lot of traffic right there. It's always dangerous. Much rather go to the opposite side of the field.
Jordan Ray on for the Hoyas. Here's Kelly trying to get by Carlson. Nothing there. Denver, as you pointed out, Earl, got a lot of size in front, trying to find McDermott, and again, not there. Well, he's having issues feeding the crease here in the second half.
Yeah, Coach Warren talking to Coach Hogan right now.
Shot and saved by Scharfenberger. Manning takes the quick one. Now here comes Tomjanovich. They'll have to slow down to pick it up. No one there for Denver, so he has all the time in the world.
I would have had a fast break if could have come up with that cleanly. A lot of subbing right now, Jeremy. That's why you want to probably run some fresh people. And this is the first time we see MINICUS in a few minutes too, so he's going to like a short stick matchup.
Kevin Warren is far over, making sure everyone can hear what he wants. Just talked to Donaldson as well as he comes back in on the defensive end. Bundy at the top, now off to MINICUS. Back behind the cage. Point blank goal! Dylan Bundy off the feed from Solomon. Graham Bundy scores it. Hoyas back up 9-4.
Wow, great little look at that. I've said it a million times. That is Graham's shot from right there. It's like an 8-yard shot, Jeremy. Ducks down right here. Look, the guy loses him in the mix. Goes off stick side. That's a hip shot there, Jeremy. Hardest shot for a goalie to stop. Got to rotate that stick low and try to, hopefully get a piece of it or hit. You get hit by it. But just a great shot by Graham. Hoyas needed that. This thing's been going a little crazy here the last few minutes.
Bundy with his 4th of the day, Earl.
That well-earned goal.
Violation on Reilly, so Stathakis will take it back in.
You see the matchup here. They both stay on the field.
And now the two face-off men will follow each other off.
Little cat and mouse. I mean, does Denver have a little advantage coming from elevation too, Jeremy? Do you practice at 52.10, 1 mile up?
It's actually funny talking to, I did an Air Force wrestling match earlier this year, and their coaching staff thought their guys did have that advantage coming down to sea level. Chance in front, chance, and a goal. What good movement by Denver. And Stephen Avery, the beneficiary, his first of the day, and Denver back on the board now 9-5 Hoyas.
Take a look at that. He kind of gets lost in the sauce there, Jeremy. He comes from the wing, I believe.
It's one thing we've seen from the Hoyas as of late. They have had some issues kind of just losing guys sometimes.
Yeah, see, he just comes from the wing. I think he just got lost. Somebody just didn't pick him up, didn't identify that was their man. You don't want to leave him open.
7 last time out against Ohio State. Fought for. Reilly had it in the cross for a second, and Tomjanovich will come up with it. Godin will run it across, and the Hoyas will set up. Coming up on 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Georgetown with a 9-5 lead, courtesy of that 7-goal run in the first half.
Quarter's gone fast.
Denver scored the first 2 in the first quarter, scored the last 2 in the second quarter. Hoyas outscoring the Pios 2-1 here in the third. Pass in front, and nothing there, so Haley runs it out of trouble.
Yeah, you tempted to pull the trigger there, Jeremy, but he made the smart play. He's fading away from the goal. You're not going to get a lot on that shot.
Stathakis out there guarding him.
Wow.
McDermott into the doorstep, but he bounces it home. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, Earl. Right there, McDermott will take it as Cleveland just had it dribble by.
It's one of those ones that fools the goalie. They could have called him for delay a game on that shot. It was so slow, Jeremy, but boy. Sometimes you're right, Jeremy. Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Here's Haley with great little look, great little dodge. Protects his stick well. It just fooled him.
Yeah.
Just fooled him.
Kind of almost went Ephus pitch on there. As
only you would know that one.
He got hit, and Again, Cleveland was expecting a hard shot. It never came, but McDermott on the board. And now a big face-off win for Denver. Again, that for McDermott. Had one last week. And now the Hoyas take it back. Chance at a fast break here.
Nobody backing up.
Shot and a goal as MINICUS puts it away. Hoyas rolling again, up 11-5.
And the Hoyas sideline just goes crazy. That's one of those don't. Great shot. Because there's nobody backing up. If you just get a great possession right there. But Brian just puts that top corner.
And we're going to get a goalie change as Thompson will come on. Cleveland comes out. As we'll take a look at Haley there, of course, helping out. But MINICUS with the goal. And I think Cleveland even kind of knew it at one point. It started coming off, and now Stathakis gets the big face-off win. Will he go to Cage? He will. He shoots it wide. Stays with Denver as Connell was there. Riley with the assist.
Is that MINICUS' first today? Is that his first? He's been quiet today.
It was.
It's good when you get contributions from a lot of people who stepped in the crease.
So whistle blows. Hoyas now really trying to run it. Leary makes a heck of a catch off that long Godine pass.
See, this is danger time for Denver right here. You offensively, Jeremy, you're not tired now. You feel, invigorated here, going on a little run like this. Denver, they're feeling it a little bit. They're a little bit tired right now, playing a lot of defense. This one, the Hoyas need to go after them.
Last year's game, one of the more decisive wins for Georgetown over Denver in their history, won at 17-9 out in the Mile High City. Love, especially against the Denver team they know is a dangerous squad, already with wins over Ohio State, North Carolina this year. That's how good the Buckeyes could be with their win over Rutgers last week. Ray thought about it, instead keeps it moving. DORDEVIC, only one today, double comes, gets out of trouble. Out of 10 on the timer. Kelly. Back behind, MINICUS. Gives it back. Got to shoot it, and DORDEVIC does, and it's wide of the cage, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Not a bad offensive possession there, Jeremy. They had some good looks, moved it. Again, I'm always a fan of taking time off the clock.
So now down to 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. Hoyas have come out like a house of fire again here in the third quarter, and misplayed on the clear. Kelly's on the spot, puts it ahead. Here's MINICUS, 2-on-1, gets it to DORDEVIC, and a save, a huge save by Thompson. Might be a game saver right there.
You know what happened right there, Jeremy? You got a left-handed goalie in now. Go from a righty to a lefty. Messes with your mind a little bit because you're going for that top right corner. All of a sudden there's a big stick and you're in the way.
Just an absolutely huge save by Jack Thompson coming in cold. Keeps the Hoyas off the board there. 7-goal deficit might have been a little too much. Now it's still a possibility, especially if Denver can find a goal here. And LAMPERT has it checked away. It's going to stay with Denver. 25 on the game clock here in the third. Here's Kelly. Kelly shoots and ends up in the net. A little bit of traffic in front. Scharfenberger gets beat, and a huge goal for Denver with 12 seconds left to go here in the third.
That's just a good shot. Godine playing good defense, Jeremy. That's exactly what you want to do. Force the guy down the alley. Not much of an angle. That's just a great shot. You got to give shooter credit.
So Kelly is first of the day. Makes it 11-6. So big turnaround there. You talk about lacrosse being a game of runs, sometimes just a game of possessions. Riley's going to get the win here. He'll shovel it off. Under 10, Hoya's got to hustle. Pass in front, try to feed Riley, can't do it, and that'll end the third quarter.
Before, and I don't think it's safe to be number one right now if you're ranked number one.
We've been given short shrift to Villanova. Of course, they're the highest ranked Big East team right now. Denver and Georgetown, depending on what poll you're looking at, kind of in that 15 to 20 range, is Riley with the face-off win. And again, that's different people tell you different things. I think earlier in the season, everyone was saying, look, probably going to be only the Big East tournament winner that goes on. Now, if you look at a Georgetown here, if they stay hot like this and kind of run the table and then were to lose in the conference tournament, I think maybe they do get an at-large bid.
Yeah, I think it's going to be how they finish, Jeremy. Yeah. It's, you know, every game, I hate this, the cliche, every game's a must to win, but if you're thinking that way, yeah.
Of course, we say that Notre Dame finished as hot as anybody last year. Didn't
make it.
That's wide of the cage, and that is going to be Denver ball. DORDEVIC can't believe it. Thought he was closer, but instead they say the Pios were there first. Thompson getting out of the cage.
I very rarely agree with referees when they make those calls, and I don't agree with that one either.
Get it across. Here comes Edinger. We saw last week, Georgetown took a big lead against Lehigh late into that game, and the Mountain Hawks went on a run. We've almost seen this Georgetown team this year sometimes lose focus, let teams back into games. You would think against the team, the quality and with the pedigree of Denver, that wouldn't happen, and that's bounced wide of the cage, and that's going to be Georgetown ball.
Well, Halpert, you know, almost had a trip right there, Jeremy, and Avery saw that advantage, took it to him.
That's up ahead to Godine. We'll say secondarily, Earl, off your point, footing has been pretty good today. It rained pretty hard earlier, and now, of course, the sun's out and nice day. Supposed to get some big-time wind later on. Those storms going through the Midwest getting here. But not a lot of slippage.
It's turned into a perfect day. I mean, the flag's just gently blowing because we're expecting 50 to 60 mile an hour wind. Maybe the weatherman's wrong, as they always are.
We can only hope. Thought about it there. Kelly decides to pull it back out, run a little more clock. Here's Bundy. He shoots wide of the cage. Earl, quickly, is there any part of the Hoyas you worry about getting stagnant if you're trying to take time off the clock?
No, and I like what they did right there. They cleared the side, Jeremy. We call it making space. They made space for Bundy to be able to take that top sweep. And that's where he's so dangerous.
Solomon going to pick that one up, and I'm maybe trying to go behind the back. Luckily got it back. Kelly in front looking for Krogan. Fielded. Bundy shoots off the pipe and ends up Denver ball.
This is where you want to ride tough.
Looked like Solomon might have had a chance to pick up the loose ball, but he was expecting to carry him farther than it did. He was already going back in transition.
That one, you're talking about ringing the pipe, Jeremy. I think the goal actually moved on that shot.
Yeah. He hit it flush. And I think that's why Solomon, he'd gotten in that turn and go mode as opposed to kind of seeing where the ball was. He had a chance to get it. Instead, Pioneers with a chance to cut into this lead in front, trying to hit his man, couldn't do it as CONNELL unable to grab it and dunk it. Again, Hoyas, relatively easy clear.
Yeah, they're not waiting now, Jeremy. They're clearing with the guys they have on the field, and that's smart. Don't give Denver a chance to set up their ride, which they were very good at in the second quarter.
We've talked about before how impressed we've been with the Hoyas when it comes to shooting their defenders, but their guys can handle the sticks pretty well too, and that helps in the ride game, or the clear game, obviously. Here goes MINICUS. Back behind. Solomon moves it along. Down to 11 minutes to go. Timer down to 30.
Boy, there's a lot of movement on the crease now, Jeremy. They're playing some games down there. They're picking and repicking for each other.
Here's the freshman REILLY. Nothing there. Off to McDermott. He'll be allowed to corral it. Still 15 to go on the timer. He's got to go. Good defense there by Wilson. Ray in front, and he beats Thompson. 5-hole. Hoyas back on the board.
You know, McDermott there doesn't panic, Jeremy. You know the clock's running down, the shot clock's running down. Doesn't panic, takes his time. Finds Ray right there, open on the crease.
A second look here, Earl.
Take a look, rolls back. He's got a shorty on him. You know, when Jordan catches that, Jeremy, turns the body, goes low to low.
I tell you what I love from the freshman there, Earl, is he took his time.
Yeah, and you don't have a lot of that on the crease, but he somehow did.
Well, I think you would agree with this. There's that internal clock you need to know about how much time you have. It's the old wooden expression, be quick, don't hurry.
Yeah, because you know you're probably going to draw some contact there too.
Because we saw the Hoyas a couple times, guys almost shooting before they had the ball. That time Ray got the ball, made sure almost he had a little box out with the backside. It was coming and took a good shot. Here comes the freshman again. Pair of freshmen out there, Ray and Krogan. And Kevin Warren, we mentioned it before, after the Hopkins game, he really started to kind of start putting those freshmen in. You saw some of the upperclassmen kind of pull out of the lineup, go with the younger guys, the fresher legs. Ray again, and he's off the pipe. Hoyas thought it was a goal, and now they're going to slow it down.
Yeah, why not? You got to reset shot clock here, so. Well, Ray's feeling it right now, Jeremy.
This man goes down, thought about the shot there instead. He'll recycle. That ball hit off the inside. You've pointed this out before. Sometimes it's tough to tell. Does it kind of catch the netting inside and come back out?
And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a goal because the ball's got to cross the whole line, not just part of it, the entire ball.
Here's Graham Bundy. Defender comes out on him.
He's got a short stick, so they're going to be quick to go on him right now.
He moves it along. MINICUS, crossfield pass. Ray shoots. This time stopped by Thompson. Chase, and nice ground ball pickup by Kelly.
That is a great ground ball, and you get a new fresh shot clock.
See Russell Overley out there, number 13 for Denver. Get some playing time. He was a guy that really was hyped coming in. He's not made maybe the impact the Pioneers thought, but talking to Bill Tierney, he said to us, look, you know, I wanted to make sure passing this off to Matt Brown, I left the cabinet stocked. It might not be as stocked this year, but it's going to be really stocked next year. So he's really happy with what he's kind of leaving as he exits stage left. Which is obviously good to see.
Of course.
Some coaches might leave a kind of thing going downward, but Bill Tierney feels like he is not, that Matt Brown's going to be set up to be successful in the Mile High City. Bundy back out, shot by Kelly. That'll go off Thompson, and Solomon can't grab it. Paddled around, and MINICUS comes up with it.
New shot clock.
Wow. This is the classic offensive rebound basketball possession.
The ball's been here for more than a minute and a half now, this side of the field.
Just has to be deflating for the Pios. They can't get it back.
Well, the good thing here is if you want to, they just changed their offensive middies too. They just took Ray out, got McDermott back in. So if you want to change your offensive middies here, you know, Hoya's advantage. Bundy with a short stick matchup again.
Bundy very cognizant of that clock. Is John Hogan directing traffic from the sidelines. Right now, Hoyas are in classic football 4-minute offense mode. Burn some time, get a good shot. That one again saved by Thompson.
And guess what? You got a new shot clock.
Yeah, Bill Tierney's going to take a timeout. He needs it to get his guys a break. Hoyas don't need a break. They are flying right now on the hilltop. Up 12-6 with possession, trying to salt away a season-opening, Big East season-opening win here in D.C.
This is incredible.
And Hoyas have made Denver hunker down. Now looks like the Pios might come out and try and force the issue a little more, as Georgetown was kind of content to go 4 quarters, if you will. just hanging out.
And the Hoyas, they got Dylan Hessen playing offense right now, Jeremy. He's got fresh legs, too.
And so your point, Earl, Hoyas won the face-off at 10:33. They have not given up the ball, so we're at a 4-minute possession here.
Oh, talking about changing the game. There you go. There's your stat.
Krogan with it. As Edinger giving him plenty of space. He'll go with 20. Thought about the shot, instead pulls it back out. Now here's Bundy. He's got 4 today.
Wow, no slash call on that. It's a big hit. And this is where you get the defense frustrated too, Jeremy.
Down to 5. Will they take a shot? And timeout by the Hoyas with 1 on the clock.
Yeah, this gives you time. You get your D-middies in, get your long stick in. Let's see if the Hoyas go with their REILLY too that they've been using, where they're going to put Bowen out here as their free safety.
So Graham, 4 goals today. And he'll just throw it up in the air. And that's the shot clock violation, but the Hoyas are set up with what they want. Going back the other way.
Just going with their typical ride right here by the Hoyas.
Edinger gets it across. Denver's got to go, trailing by 6. About 5.5 to go. This is Kelly. Double comes. Gets rid of it. Lampert has 1 today.
They played a big little game right there, Jeremy, where they got the switch. So Lampert now's got a shorty.
Up against Godin.
It's so quick.
Shot saved by Scharfenberger. Saw it all the way from SILLSTROP.
That was probably Michael's easiest save of the day, right? The stick side.
SILLSTROP has been held goalless today. Gotta love that if you're Kevin Warren. His defense has come to play today. Denver got the 2 quick goals. And since then, the Hoyas have really kind of had a grasp on exactly what the Pios have been doing. And again, Georgetown more than content just to burn clock here. Obviously, I'm sure if you're on the Denver sideline, got to be a helpless feeling right now.
Yeah, you know, you're going to have to start pressing out. They're so quick to double anyway. And a great ball movement by the Hoyas. Good save.
Thompson, big save. Tries for transition and thrown away. Bundy gets it.
And that'll give the Hoyas 80.
Now REILLY with it. And now Denver really is going to have to start pressing out. With it back behind to MINICUS. Again, a lot of speed between those two. Put some pressure on. And it's Freehill. MINICUS just runs to safety and now has the clock down to 3.5 minutes and rolling.
Great first step.
Thought about the shot. Bundy didn't get it cleanly, so he pulls it back out.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to pull the trigger there, but he's very unselfish, and that's Bundy's place right there. Here's a great feed.
And a goal. There's MINICUS, his 2nd of the day, and if it wasn't already, that likely the coup de grace. The Hoyas up on Denver, 13-6 with 3:08 to go.
Good. Right corner's not there anymore. Got a left-hander. Let's go to the other side.
REILLY with another face-off win.
You know, the matchup we thought might be really critical, not so critical today because REILLY made it that way.
Yeah, Stathicus coming off a game against Ohio State where he won 61% of the face-off wins, and it wasn't a small number. He had 33 face-offs, had a career-high 20 wins in that game. So, again, had a great game against Ohio State. Today, Reilly has won 14 of the 21 he's taken. Stafford is only 7 of 22.
And as I said earlier in the game, Reilly just gets stronger as the game goes on. He's in great shape. His technique work is great. He always figures out what the other guy's doing.
So right now, I think Denver maybe waving the white hat.
Yeah, you right now take it down to 15 before you attack. Here comes the double. See if we pull the goalie out of the cage. That might be another reason this goalie's in now too. Probably a little more athletic, a little quicker.
I think Denver may have to reevaluate things. Of course, Thompson, their start of the last couple years, as Bundy tries to go for the one-handed shot in 5. And it's going to stay with the Hoyas. But, again, it was built here, and he's saying, look, you know, we want to give them both a chance after Thompson struggled against Air Force. We did. Cleveland played well today. Maybe Thompson gets his chance to get back in. Again, all kinds of accolades. I mean, this is the second-team Big East goalie in 2021 and 2022. This is not a shabby player.
No.
So, and he did say, look, you know, you could see both of them today. I don't think he thought it would be this way, as offsides, Hoya ball, and Georgetown, if Denver backs off, can get a clear here, can likely almost run this thing all the way out. See if Kevin Warren takes a timeout to maybe try and get some of the backups in. He will not. Just going to try and run this one out. We'll take it down to about 4 seconds if they take the violation. There's Hess. McDermott. And again, Earl, this is just about, again, we've seen it, and Kevin Warren said, look, you know, we got to find consistency. Today they found consistency.
Definitely. Play right there by Kelly. Could have just rolled in and taken a shot, showed a lot of class, just pulls it back out and let that time run.
Kevin Warren waving his arm, said no shots here, no shots, just run down the clock.
You know, that's respect to the team, but it's also respect to Coach Tierney. Coach Tierney always was the one that had the 19-goal rule. You know, once they got to 19, they wouldn't score anymore.
Edinger with a nice takeaway, but gives it right back, and now Georgetown, new shot clock, can run this one out. And what a win for the Hoyas as they beat Denver 13-6. Again, what a performance by Kevin Warren's crew, Earl.
Just a great job by the Hoyas today.